Hello students, welcome to this video. And this video I was prompted to make by a few questions that were asked by a few students, by some of the students in the course. See, there was a question actually posted by Shweta, who said that how do we classify the vowel sounds and diphthongs. I mean, how do we classify the vowel sounds, that is the monophthongs and diphthongs. So there are a total of 20 vowel sounds. So how do we categorize them or classify them? In the I've posted a total of 5 videos, 2 videos for vowels and 3 videos for consonants. In the 2 videos for vowels, we saw that I told you how the sound is produced, and I showed you the mouth shape, the shape that the lips take for the production of each sound. And I also gave you the clue that the more you practice the sound and you hear yourself pronouncing it and compare it with the standardized pronunciation, you will be able to find out whether you are producing it or not. You are producing or pronouncing the sound correctly or not. But in both the videos for vowels, I have not given you that position that the tongue attains. So let us begin with a very small video and go inside the mouth. So if you look at the videos that I have presented, I would have only shown you the mouth position. For certain vowel sounds in which the mouth is open, you can see the tongue, okay, but you don't know precisely what the tongue position is, what is the shape that the tongue attains for the production of that sound. Okay, so let us first look at a very short video on how the English vowel sounds are articulated or pronounced, okay, and then we will proceed further. So thanks to Shweta who has asked this question, because she asked this question late last night, at around 10 p.m. when she submitted her worksheet. Well done, Shweta, and good that you are asking such questions. And I also compliment Yaqub Basha for asking me asking the question, putting this question in the open classroom about what about the 5 vowel letters, and why aren't you discussing these 5 vowel letters. We'll talk about that in a separate video, okay, a short video there for that. Good that you please keep the questions coming in. Only then you will be able to, I'll be able to make clarification videos, give you more clarification, look at certain concepts in depth. So this video is to look at the tongue position, that the position that the tongue attains for the production of vowels, and we'll also look at how to categorize these vowels. Okay, so shall we begin? So I'm just sharing screen with you, and I'd like to share. Can you give me a minute? Maybe if you give me a minute, 1 second. Okay, so I'm going to run this video. Just to watch. Share screen. Share. There we are. Yeah. 1 second. I'll allow the video to run, and then you will. Okay, students, so you just saw a video which showed the the articulation or the production. See, let me be very clear: articulation, production and pronunciation. Articulation is the same as production of a speech sound and pronunciation of a speech sound. So all these 3 are synonymous as of now. Okay, so don't worry about these new terms. So let's proceed further. The point is that in this video you saw that the tongue attains certain position. So I'm going to play the video again, but this time you won't be able to hear the sound. I'll explain to you what's going on. I'll share screen again. You won't be able to hear the sound because I'm on mic. Okay, so when I remove the mic, you will not be able to. So let me share screen again. So there we are. Let's play it again. Okay, so when I'm just pausing it here, when you look at, let me take the cursor, my cursor, not this cursor. There's a larger cursor here. You see that the back of the tongue, goes up. Let me show it again. Yeah. So it. One second. Let me show it again. 1 second. The back of the tongue. 1 second. Let me play it again. So we are producing the. Yeah. There we are. Oo. For oo, if you notice, let me play it again. 1 second. Okay, so the back of the tongue is actually going flat. All right, let me show you another. All right, for E, look at how the front of the tongue is going up. All right, and for A, again the front of the tongue is going up. Okay, now let me stop share, and instead of showing you this video, which is pretty fast, I'll be sending you a copy of this video. Don't worry. Let us look at the cross section of the mouth picture as seen in this video. All right, so let us. There we are. So that is our nose. Okay, and the upper row of teeth. This is the roof of the mouth. The lower teeth, lower lip and lower teeth, and this is the roof of the mouth. Okay, you can. All right, and there is the tongue. All right, this is in neutral position. This is in resting position. Okay, this is in resting position. I have not drawn the the epiglottis, and the other things and the other parts of the. Okay, so not so much. 1 second. All right, so what you are seeing here is actually, let me share screen again. What you are seeing here is, 1 second. I'm not able to. Yeah. So what you are seeing here is, let me share screen so that you can see. So there we are. You see this cross section here. Okay. So actually you are supposed to draw it like this. So from the nasal cavity, this is how it comes. All right, and so yeah, and this is the roof of the mouth. So this is how the roof of the mouth is there. All right, so let us look at the individual sounds. Let me stop share so that you come back to this. You see what is happening on the board. So what are the sounds that we saw? Let us start with sound number 1, E. So sound number 1, E, key. Okay. For E, the tongue attains this position. Let me show you. E. Okay, even closer. So you have to draw it. I mean, when you draw this tongue position, you have to draw it as close to the roof of the mouth as possible, and towards the front part of the roof of the mouth. E. E. Let me give you a small experiment. If you allow the tongue to go up, your tongue will go and hit this part of the roof of the mouth. Okay, so just a minute. Okay, is this clear? All right, so there is a small. All right, so there is this here. All right, so for this is the position, the height that the tongue attains for E. So let me put it, let me mark it with, I'm just putting this here. This is for E. Let me, extend this here. This is for E. Now, let me draw another mouth picture here and show you how the next sound A is produced. And for A, what did we see? For A, I told you open your mouth a bit more. Okay, I am not showing here the opening of the mouth, just the height that the tongue attains. So this is the tongue, and which part of the tongue are we dealing with? This is the front part of the tongue. This is the center part of the tongue. this is the back part of the tongue. So F is front, C is center part of the tongue, and B is back. So as concerns the tongue, there are three parts of the tongue that we are dividing it into. So let's come to this. So I'm just the same mouth picture, the upper row of teeth, roof of the mouth. 1 second. Sorry. Okay, roughly speaking, this is how it comes. The lower lip and the tongue attains this position for A. Okay, so not very close. So this is the position for A. Now let me if we are going to draw this here, let me remove this F, C and B. So this is the front part of the mouth. So if you were to draw it like this, then this is for A. Come to sound number 3. Okay, so are you clear about this? A. Now come to sound number 3. I'll maybe draw another mouth picture so that you are clear. Here we have another mouth picture, small one. Okay, so for A, it will attain like this. Now even a bit lower. All right, so this is for A. Pet. All right, so how will you show this? The front part of the tongue, the height is highest for E, a bit lower for A, a bit lower for A, and the lowest for A. E, A, A. E, A, A. I hope now you understand. Okay, so for A, let me show it here. Okay, not too many mouth pictures. So for A, this is the mouth, this is the height that so let me show you how it is. So almost like this. I know these 4 tongue positions are confusing, but these 4 tongue positions represent the front vowels, the front vowel sounds, or what is called as the front vowels. Okay, let me not use this. Why are they called front vowels? Because they are produced with the front part of the tongue. The front part of the tongue. Okay, so let me put the write the 4th sound here. All right, people, let me write the 4th sound here, and this is what you get. A 4th sound, A. Okay, A, pat. So pat. E, A, E, A. So if you were to draw, now let us come to this. If you were to draw, if you were to all these things are the front vowels. Okay, let us see if there is some commonality in it, or let us try to represent this on a different, because if I am going to represent it like this, it's going to be different. So let us, so if you connect these, do we get a line? Do we get a line? Something like this. So if I draw it here, all right, and you will find E here, then A, and then A, something like this you get. Okay, now remember this before we go on to the next set of sounds. All right, so shall we go on to the next set of sounds? Before that, let us quickly look at the video again so that you are clear about what we are dealing with here. What that is, here we are looking at the height that the tongue attains, or what happens to the tongue when we produce the vowel sounds. All right, so let's look at the video again so that you are clear. So these are the 4, this is the, let me put it like this, this is the height of the tongue, the height that the front part of the tongue attains to produce these 4 vowels. So all these 4 vowels are front vowels. So now you have a category. those vowel sounds which you produce with the front part of the tongue are front vowels. Okay, now let us see if there are any center vowels or back vowels. There are center vowels and back vowels, but let us look at back vowels first, then come to center. All right, so let me share screen and show you this video again. Let me do it this way. I'll do one thing. I'll play back. Let me reduce the speed to slower, as slow as possible. Okay, slower, fine, and then wait, slower, fine, yeah, so that you can see at just a minute, slower, fine, so that you can see, there we are. So okay, so all right, for look at how it, look at how the back of the tongue is reacting. Okay, E, look at the height that it attains. Okay, okay, almost what we saw here. Okay, all right, good. So the back vowels are not here, except oo, the back vowels are not here, have not been represented here. These are the center vowels. Okay, so we'll come to the center vowels later. We'll be looking at this again, don't worry. So let me stop share for you, and just a minute. Okay, so now you're going to look at, what we're going to look at is, we're going to look at sounds 5, 6, 7 and 8. Okay, now let us look at, let's again look at the mouth picture. So sorry, so this is the upper lip. All right, so all right, are you clear about this? All right, so you have the upper lip and lower lip. This is the roof of the mouth. All right, roof of the mouth, and let us look at how you pronounce what happens to the tongue when you produce sound number 5, which is a, ka. Okay, a, ka. So this is what happens. The tongue, this is the tongue. This is in neutral position. It's at rest. This is the tongue at rest. You have the front, center and back. Now let me show you what happens with the, okay, so for a, ka, now let me pronounce it. You can go back to the videos also, just look at this. The back part of the tongue reacts. Okay, so the back part, so if this is the neutral position, the back part comes a bit up. Okay, the back of the tongue attains a height. So this is the production. Okay, this is the front, center, back. So we have here the production of, this is the, so if you are looking at the height of the tongue like this, because the front part of the tongue was getting involved, here we are going to look at the height of the tongue like this. All right, so we have the height here. So this is the height of the tongue, the height to which the tongue comes to produce these vowels. So look at it this way, yeah. Okay, let's look at 6. What is 6? O, pot, o, pot. So we have here, let me draw that separately so that it's clear. So okay, so you have here o. So here the tongue will be like this for o. All right, o, pot. So let's come to sound number 7, o, pot, o, pot. If you can't see, maybe I can flash a light, or you can go back to the video and you will see the tongue will become something like this. From the front, if you see, the back part of the tongue will be a bit bunched up. By bunched up, I mean it will be like this. Okay, all right, so it will be shaped like this. O. Then come to sound number 7. Okay, o, ko. For o, ko, the tongue will be even more, that is with reference to the roof of the mouth, it will attain, it will be that is the height of the tongue will be more than for in comparison to a and o. So this will be the height of the tongue. O. Okay. So we are superimposing these tongue positions and seeing what is happening here. Okay. A, o, o. Let's come to sound number 8. I'll draw sound number 8 here. I'll write sound number 8 here. O, u, put. So I'll draw the mouth picture here. This is for u. Okay, this is for u. So the tongue will be somewhere here for u. U. And for 9, oo, ku. The tongue position will be something like this. Just as for E, it almost hits the roof of the mouth. Here, this will almost attain the roof of the mouth. Okay. Ooh. So here we are. No, I should not touch the roof of the latter part of the roof of the mouth. Almost like this. So there we have another 5 positions for the back vowel. Since these are produced by the back part of the tongue, we call them back vowels. Now let us represent this. Okay, back part of the tongue. If you look at it, just like we drew, a line for the front part of the vowels, let's draw something for the back part of the vowels. If you look at it, it will be almost a straight line. Beyond this straight line, beyond this line, no vowel sounds are produced. Any vowel sound that is produced, any sound that is produced after this will usually be a consonant sound. We'll talk about that later. Okay, you will have this. Okay, so if you are going to look at it this way, and you have the the front vowels here, the back vowels approximately here. Okay, what do we get here? We almost say I close this and I close this. We get what is called as a vowel quadrilateral. Okay, so a vowel chart or a quadrilateral shaped vowel chart. Okay, so with the back vowels, this is what happens. Now let us look at, there are 3 more sounds that we have to look at, and those are the center sounds 10, 11 and 12. So let us look at what happens in 10, 11 and 12. All right, so shall we? I'll just take a photograph of this so that a screenshot of this so that I'm clear what I've been teaching. Okay students, so we have seen this. So let me just run the video again. Let me share screen and run the video again so that you are clear about it. 1 second, let me share, by which time just go through this video, look at this video again, and then we will, all right. Okay, when we come to the just observe. Okay, relax and observe so that you're clear about what you're looking at. All right, so all right, so let's now you have come to that part where we are. Yeah, these are the back vowels, huh? Look at how the back part of the tongue is reacting. Wait, now, wait. So we are now coming to the center part of the, these are the center vowels. Look at the center vowels. It seems as though the tongue is resting. It's in rest position. No, O is a back vowel. Okay, so you come to the central vowels. Okay, now let me come to the central vowels. Okay, so Okay, so there we are. Now let us look at sounds 10, 11 and 12. But before that, so now we have, so the central part of the, where will the central part of the the central vowels be represented in this quadrilateral? Somewhere here. Okay, so let us look at that. But first let us, okay, I am dropping this also. Let's look at the mouth picture again. Okay, students, just one thing, you don't have to practice this mouth picture because this is not going to come for the exam or anything, unless until you are doing something, you do your MA in linguistics or MPhil in linguistics, only then you'll have to. Otherwise, this just, I'm just giving you a representation of what the mouth looks like. Okay, so for the center vowels, okay, let's look at word number, sound number 10, cut, 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 cut. So for cut, the tongue is like this. Okay, it'll appear as though it is at rest. Okay, for a cut. Let's come to 11. Cut, about. The tongue attains, okay, this is the center part. Cut, about, cut, about. Okay, now for the last, if you notice, the mouth position for this and this is the same, so this doesn't attain, the same thing is used, almost the same position, in fact exact same position. In certain wall diagrams it is not represented as the same position because this position keeps on changing, but as of now the height to which the central part of the tongue, so this is the central part of the tongue. Okay, so these are the central vowels, vowel sounds of English, central vowels, and the height is the same. So I'm drawing the third. So this is sound number 12. This is the height to which the tongue attains, the central part of the tongue attains, the central part of the tongue attains to produce okay, so take a good look at this mouth picture and then we will go back to the vowel chart. So if you were to draw this a line for this, it will be like this. Okay, like this, something like this. So roughly I can draw the vowel quadrilateral like this. For the front vowels, I'm closing this like this. For the back vowels, and I close this also, you get the quadrilateral here, and this is the vowel chart. Okay, now that I've done this, I'd like to show this bigger. Okay, so I'll just rub this off and then show you the vowel chart so that things are clear. So for the central vowels you have this. All right, okay, so let's see. So students, I've actually written it quite clearly so that you can see, but actually the sound is written here. So there we have sound number 1, E, A, front vowels, A, O, U. So U is produced, I mean this. So if you look at the tongue shape, it will be like this. All right, for U, like this. Okay, so the circles that I have put here, the dots that are representing here, are actually approximate targets. Okay, so it doesn't mean that this is the spot at which it is produced, this A is produced, no. Okay, in fact if we start comparing these vowel sounds with the vowel sounds of Tamil or of any language that you prefer, if you take the vowel chart, and you will understand this. So for convenience sake we have put these lines. I'll explain to you what these lines are in a video later. So there we have E, A, O, U. Now let's look at the positions for, so these are the positions, tongue positions, the height to which the tongue attains. Let me just increase it so that you understand what we are dealing with. Now let's look at the central vowels. Okay, so there we have, I'll write it here so that it's clear. and for both schwa, that is it's here, okay, and so there we have, people, this is the vowel chart for the English vowels. So this is for standard British English vowels. Now let me throw a challenge to you. Use this vowel chart, okay, so this is the vowel chart for that, or the vowel quadrilateral. We call it a quadrilateral because it looks like a quadrilateral, okay. Now what you do is, do this. Now let me give you the task. The task is this: please try drawing such a chart for the diphthongs, okay. Do this for the diphthongs. Don't forget, a person who does that will be given the wonderful prize of, this. Remember, this is just $4 or 5 rupees at the most, but earning this is a big thing. Don't forget, when the Greeks were conducting Olympics, they just had a sheath of of leaves being used as a prize. The money that is involved in the prize is not important. What is important is how well you do it. Okay, so for the diphthongs, remember there are 8 diphthong sounds or 8 sounds. Let me give you a clue. Let me give you 2 clues. Clue 1, you need 2 charts. That's what I can say. So let's see how quickly you are able to do it. This is not a worksheet, it's a task. So thanks a lot, people. This is how, these are the front vowels, these are the back vowels, and these are the central vowels, and this is how the standard British English vowels are produced. Thanks a lot for patiently listening to me. Please go through all the 5 videos, and then when we proceed further, things will be very clear to you. I'll explain to you a more detailed look at this vowel chart will be taken up later in this course, or maybe in the advanced course. Okay, thanks a lot, people. Keep practicing. Please keep asking me questions, and see you in the next video.